That's right. He's gonna be like a teacher. He's gonna be like a music teacher. He's gonna be like a teacher.
Our intention with commissioning these pieces was to expand the repertoire of music out there for flute, clarinet, violin, cello, piano with electronics. There wasn't that much out there in terms of just the choices for our ensemble. So we thought we should commission pieces that really fit our group, support composers we believe in, and create an album.
For this album, we specifically wanted composers who would write with electronics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so two of the composers on the album actually won our call for scores, and we were just really impressed with the way they had used electronics in their previous works. And those two composers are David Bird and Isaac Schenkler. And Olga we had heard about from actually her I guess her genre is indie pop. We'd heard her indie pop music in the past, and we knew she had a background as a classical pianist and had composed concert music as well, so we thought it could be really interesting for her to write something for us. And we really wanted to make something that actually just showed different facets of electroacoustic music. And I know it's really easy to just fall back on the idea of like, oh, everything's going to fit this tonal world or not tonal world, and then that's the thing. But I like to make programs where you're going to be shown something from different angles and see what's possible and not just be shown one thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I would add that like for me, I have kind of one foot in the more experimental music world and like another foot in the classical music world, and this album has kind of like three different approaches that fall along that spectrum. So for me, like David's piece is the most experimental timbral piece, like with like lots of sounds that you almost can't even tell, like, is this electronic or is this acoustic right now, with like the breath and the weird extended techniques. And then Isaac's is somewhere to me in the middle, like it uses some of those same ideas, but then there's more recognizable references to classical music. And then Olga's is a little bit on the other end of the spectrum where there's actual speaking and melodic lines that come out more clearly. For me, it's almost like having another instrumentalist, another player in the group sometimes, because it's just another source of sound that you have to play with, like as if it's another chamber musician. But then sometimes, like in the case of Olga's piece, there is a click track, so that's another added challenge to just play along with that and not totally rely on it and still be in the moment and listening to each other even when you're trying to play with click. But that's a challenge a lot of people are familiar with, I think.
Yeah, it's like a chamber musician that doesn't listen to you.
Yeah.
We're going to be working with Paul Pinto on a new commission. He won our most recent call for scores. So it's about, I think it relates in a way where we're trying to expand the genre. And this, who knows what he's going to do. He always does really interesting performative things. So it'll have some other element other than just straight.
Yeah. So for Occurrence, we had said, our instrumentation plus electronics, and then for this most recent call for scores, we had said like we encourage submissions that use extended techniques. So we kind of left it open like that, and so I think that's maybe what caught Paul Pinto's eye.
Yeah.
I knew you'd like this part.